Moving on. Our next game. If I could click on the right bloody screen here. The next game we have Titans at Buccaneers. Starting off with there's Baker right there. Baker versus Levis. Right. QB matchup. Levis, second best matchup. He is again also one of my starts of the week. I know it's terrible. He has one great game and one terrible game. I'm going to err on the side of him being able to repeat and just air it out this week. Bad matchup for Baker, 23rd best. I don't know if I really want to start him in anything. I guess like I said, he was QB 14 or something. So he's a QB2 option in Superflex. Will Levis, I think I have ranked ahead of him. Probably Will Levis, I have at 19. No, I have 15 and 19, but I think I'm going to move Levis up a bit.
Yeah, I have Levis at 14 and Baker at 16. But yeah, the weird thing with Tennessee is it's somehow become a worse matchup now, even though it was a great matchup for quarterbacks earlier this season. And the strength is still that rushing defense. So I'm starting Baker against the Tennessee defense. I still don't trust them fully. And Will Levis, you see it, he's going to hyper target DeAndre Hopkins and just feed him the rock. I don't. Is Burks even active this week? I don't even know if he's playing. But
to tell you the truth,
yeah, I'm not sure. Last injury, I assumed he wasn't, but because he got carted off. But yeah, I've seen enough from Will Levis. Well, I'll play him if I need a quarterback this week.
One sec, I'm looking. Burks is questionable. Not practicing Wednesday. Concussion. Won't practice. Oh, it's a concussion officially. There's no way he clears in time.
Yeah, he's out.
Oh, were they the Thursday nighter or no?
That was last week. Yeah, against Pittsburgh.
Oh, so he could theoretically clear in time, but if he's not practicing, it's Wednesday into Thursday now. He's not practicing. I'm going to assume he's a no-go this week.
Yeah, because then they got to fly all the way to freaking London or
I don't think you. They're not the London. You mean next week?
Oh yeah, no, sorry, I mixed up my games. My bad.
Yeah, I don't think I don't. In concussion protocol, I don't even think he can make the team flight.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me. Running backs, third worst matchup for Derrick Henry. I don't give a shit. He's still a top 12 back for me. 19th best matchup for Rachaad White. He's a little scary. He's been hit and miss. I still have him as 14 this week, and I have Henry as 11. I'm firing them both up as low-end RB1s, borderline RB1s. I don't like either of these rush defenses, but I don't care. White's been getting elite volume in the passing game, and Derrick Henry's Derrick Henry, so I'm rolling with it.
Rachaad White is this generation's Joe Mixon, where he's just living off of volume, and that's fine. And he's going to continue that because it hasn't been super efficient. But I don't really care at this point. He's looking way better than someone such as James Cook, who I was big on in the offseason. But yeah, you play both these guys this week, and you just roll them out in your lineup, and you'd be happy you have them on your team.
That is true. Wide receiver, second best matchup for D-Hop, who is also in my start sit article. He's someone where I'm going to fire him up and just hope Levis is what he was 2 weeks ago and not what he was last week. So I'm starting D-Hop. I'm not starting anyone else in the Tennessee pass catching unit. Sixth best matchup for the Bucs. Firing up Evans, probably firing up Godwin. I don't mind streaming Trey Palmer out of desperation. I'm going to assume my highest ranked here is Evans. It is. Evans at 7. D-Hop at 10. Godwin at 24. And then I'm probably going to have to scroll down a ways, so we won't bother. What do you think here?
Yeah, those guys are must starts. Mike Evans and DeAndre Hopkins. You need to find ways to get them in your lineup. I have them as wide receiver ones. And then I'm still a little bit lower on Chris Godwin, but he's fine. He's getting supported, so he could be a nice wide receiver 3 for you in this matchup. Those are the big three. Outside of that, you're really stretching. If you want a deep play from Trey Palmer, he's made a few of those, sure. On the Tennessee side, I don't even want to start anybody else. I just don't even want to consider anybody else.
It's such a weird year. It seemed like a year where everything was going to transition to the youngsters. That dynasty league, my work dynasty, where I'm 8-1. What are we in? 9-8-1, whatever it is. My 2 starting receivers are not Zay Flowers. They're not Chris Olave. They're not Jordan Addison. They're not JSN. They're not Quentin Johnston. They're not any of the guys I drafted highly. My 1-2 punch is D-Hop and Adam Thielen. How scary is that?
It's awesome. It's so funny. I couldn't trade him for pennies in the offseason. I'm all right, if you guys don't want him, I will keep them on my roster. It's fine. I'll try to get younger.
I traded for both of them. I was 4-1, and I traded away. I forget who it was. I traded away Dak Prescott for Dak and somebody else to upgrade to either Lamar or Burrow. I forget. I traded to upgrade to one of those 2 quarterbacks, and they were both throw-ins in the deal. And I was like, oh, okay, I don't really want them. The first thing I did was put them on the trade block, and now, like, 4 weeks later, I'm like, well, shit, maybe I'll just ride with this. I got to know. See, that's the other thing. You got to find a balance. I have so much youth. People are saying, oh, well, these guys are old. You don't need them, blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't need to have nothing but rookies. I can have some veterans too. So, but what happened? One guy tried to rob me. What happens next year when Thielen and Hopkins are both, they have no value and you have to drop them? Well, then I start playing the 21st round rookies I have drafted. Like, I'm not.
You want them, but you don't want to pay them, so fuck off. Like, that's exactly what it is.
So I messaged the one guy. It's funny because it was a league my cousin runs, and none of them know me. And I messaged him, and I was like, I do this for a living, right? No reply after that. It's like, quit trying to rob me, dickhead. I do content for a living. Like, piss off.
Yeah, like I couldn't. I remember I offered Mike Evans to get the pick that was either like Marvin Mims or Jaden Reed, and they were like, no, because it was late second. I was like, screw it. I got it, and they're like, no. And I'm like, dude. What you are a contender? What are you doing here? And they're just like, no. And I'm like, message him 6 months later. Hey, dumbass, how you feeling now? It's like, yeah, I just don't get it.
Chigo Okonkwo at tight end, top 9 matchup. I don't really want to stream him unless it's out of desperation. He hasn't done much. K. Dotton was great last week. Everyone picked him up just in time to bench him because it's the 5th worst matchup. You can play him as a low end one if you have to. I prefer to find safer options. Kickers. Second best matchup for Chase McLaughlin of the Bucks. He has been rough all season. If you have to start him for some reason, if he's on your roster, do so. I wouldn't pick him up to start him. Full middle of the pack matchup. Below average kicker. I want nothing to do with him. And the DSTs here, we have 13th best matchup for the Bucks. 24th best matchup for the Titans. I think I far prefer to start the Bucks. I will have to check my ranks. I think they're both going to be low end. Bucks are 9. Oh, I have them both high. Go figure. Hey, I told you it's a weird week for defenses. Bucks are 9, Titans are 11. So start them both.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like the interesting thing is these matchups are kind of strange how they work out. And you're playing into the strengths against the weaknesses. So, like, I get it. I'd be fine with that. And, yeah, back to K. Dotton. Like, yeah, you can stream him this week. I think it's fine. I don't think he's going to see 9 targets again. But, like, he's running all the routes. He's seeing work. So, you can play.
That's the funny part of the DSTs, though, this week. I have about 15 to 18 listed as DSTs you can play. There's going to be a lot of DSTs that are going to burn you. This week, it's DST roulette, man. Before we get into the next one, let's go with this. What's up, guys? Would y'all do White and Stroud for Josh Allen? I would. Yes, I would.
Is this Dynasty? Because this is like completely different. If this is Dynasty, yeah, I'm going to get Josh Allen. Like, people are insanely high on Stroud right now, but like Josh Allen's just like a tier or 2 above him still. Like, he gives you a difference-making production. Like, you want Josh Allen.
With this roster, I would anyways. Look at this roster. I would anyways. Because basically, White doesn't matter. With this roster, you're not playing White. So all you're doing, redraft, no super flex. But who cares? You're not playing White with this lineup, and all you're doing really is upgrading Stroud to Josh Allen. I think you have to.
I'd rather trade Devontae Smith than White, but like whatever. Like, I'll offer any one of those guys to get Josh Allen on my team. Like, it's redraft, so it's a little different. But yeah, like, I'm fine with that move. Like, I want Josh Allen on my team. He's going to give you like average at least 4 points per game more than Stroud, at least, if not more.
I think you could probably it's sell high. Josh Allen is a sell high, or that is selling high. Get in with Josh Allen. So. Flex DK Cook or JSN. 1 sec. Let me look at some matchups. Here. I don't think the
weird thing about that game is
I don't trust him yet.
I don't trust JSN yet either. Like, that
second best matchup for James Cook and third best matchup for DK.
I'm playing DK.
That one's. Do I want DK against Washington or James Cook against Denver?
I want to play both. But I'm going to play DK.
I think that's the correct answer. I would love to find a way to play both. If not, DK seems safer. James Cook it depends. Okay, here's my answer will be DK is the ceiling play, I think. James Cook is going to give you middle to high-end RB2 production, probably not much more. If you just need a safe play that isn't going to drop a bomb, it's him. DK could put up 30. He could also leave with an injury or whatever. So if you're projected to lose by double digits, play DK. If not, I think Cook is safer, but I think in the end it's DK.
Yeah, I think
DK. Sir.
Hey, yeah, go
Josh
get
Allen.
Daddy Allen.
Well, the nice part about that trade is it's redraft. So if you fuck up and Stroud turns into the next Tom Brady, you only eat it for 1 year.
Yeah, it's
I
redraft, so I'm not
have
super worried about it.
Ayuk T. I'm playing DK over T, I think. RB's ETN and Foreman. Get Foreman out of your lineup. Put Cook in for Foreman. Cook in for Foreman and then flex DK.
Foreman's so risky, man. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, you have to be very careful with Foreman. And particularly this lineup, like, unless you're like, I don't even think he has a ceiling outcome unless he gets 3 touchdowns again. But like, how likely is that, right?
But
So like,
do you agree with that? Put Cook in for Foreman and then flex DK.
yeah.
Okay, that's
Like,
good.
I'd play DK over T this week too. Like, yeah, I'd do that.
Sounds good to me. Yeah, I would too. But in this case, you probably don't have to. Next up,